Hi there, over on the west coast of Cape Breton Island on the Cape Breton Trail, and gonna do the Skyline Trail hike. So let's take a walk. So this is a bucket list hike for many people. Come to the Highlands, and of all the hikes, I think there's like 24 hikes. This is the one that everyone likes to do. Okay, these are the views. Skyline, aller à retour, so return 6.5 kilometers or 8.2 kilometers if I do the loop trail, the boucle trail. And this is what it looks like. Don't mind my French accent. There's the Skyline Trail right there. Caution, bear in area. The reason I decided to do a video about this trail is because, as I said, this is the one everybody talks about. If you say that you've gone around the Cape Trail in Cape Breton, they'll say, did you hike the Skyline Trail? So it's a very popular trail for its views. You can see the Gulf of St. Lawrence from up high and all the rugged mountains. So let's go for a walk here. So in Cape Breton, it can be hard to sometimes find directions for things, but because this is part of Parks Canada, Cape Breton Highlands National Park, everything is well signed. When you get to Shetty Camp, you go about 10 minutes north of Shetty Camp and it will be well signed, the turnoff. It says, this trail leads to dramatic headland cliff above the rugged Gulf of St. Lawrence coast. Wildlife view includes moose, bears, whales, and eagles. Okay. And a side benefit to all this hiking is fitness, physical fitness. But in my case, I love getting out into nature like this for my mental health, to clear my head and just get into nature. When you make it to this stage in life, you have half a brain and you still have your sanity, you realize you have to take care of yourself. Hello. Nobody's gonna take care of you. So I figured out that getting myself into nature, hiking, going to the beach, riding my bike is good for me, good for my mind. So I do that over and over and over. So for me, the physical benefits are more of a side benefit. So far, this trail is, I would say it's extremely well maintained. Basically, it's wheelchair accessible. It's like a road, gravel road. So I've seen much worse than this for trails, so it's pretty comfortable walking. And so you see, it is a loop. I'm gonna do the loop. Tons of these wild, I believe they're wild lupins. Beautiful. So the trail then switches to more of like a grassy, bushy type area, and kind of strange leaving a thick forested path and entering a grassy area, but the answer is that the moose apparently, are eating a lot of this area, and there's a lot of hungry moose, and they've apparently turned 1/3 of the park's boreal forests into grassland. So I'm not a scientist, but that is the story. And spruce budworm would be the other reason. There was infestations that affected the natural cycle of the forest in the 1970s, and it apparently removed 90% of the forest cover in some areas. And there's a gate here, a gate that you need to go through. They're trying to keep the moose out of this part of the forest. So there's a look off here. I've passed a few people with baby carriages. One time on this trail I saw someone in a wheelchair. So this is one of the most accessible and well-maintained trails. It's not a super easy go, but it's doable if you're willing to push along. Right. So here's a panoramic view so far. That's the ocean open ahead. It's kind of hazy, sunny and hazy, so it's hard to see, but that's the Gulf of St. Lawrence all the way over there. And lots of struggling forest. You can see the effects of the insect damage that happened in the 90s, and of course the moose eating. So it's a little bit hazy today, but I'm not complaining in the least. This is actually above par weather for the East Coast. We get a lot of maritime weather here, so a lot of fog, rain, wind. So to have a day like today where it's just been sunny all day and warm, not complaining at all. Lots of wild roses. There's another moose gate. Please close the gate behind you. All right. Wonderful. So, personally, I can't think of any other single way that's better for processing information, assessing your life, auditing your life, than cruising through nature like this by yourself. Wow. Really impressed with the quality of this trail. I'm now on a boardwalk. I do take a walking stick with me when I'm in Cape Breton Highlands. There's bear, moose, and coyotes. Mind you, you haven't got a chance in hell really to protect yourself against the bear, but at least I feel somewhat safer having a stick to, if I needed to, try and push away a coyote or something. I also carry a knife. Again, if you come across a bear, I mean, you're pretty screwed. It's like none of these things are going to help you really. 2 kilometer mark. Okay. Here's look off point. That's the road if you're driving around the Cape Trail and the Cape Breton Highlands. Okay, I made it to about the halfway point. Whatever that means. All right, let's go take a look. Wow, this is gorgeous. There's the breeze coming up over the mountain ridge here. Steep cliff. So this would be one of the main look-off points, looking out over the Bay of St. Lawrence. There's another viewpoint down below. I'm going to break the rules a little bit because I can't help myself. And that is straight down. Absolutely. And that is the Cape Breton Highlands Cape Trail Road, twisting and winding its way all around. Wow. So these stairs go down and down and down to more views. So I'm down as far as you can go here now. And this is the view. Very windy. Apart from this sort of significant climb up and down the stairs, the trail is super accessible, very well managed. Well, a good part of it is actually a boardwalk. Just this last sort of 400 feet or whatever, 10 minutes of walking up and down. And I can see why this is considered one of the top hiking trails in Nova Scotia. Because the view on both sides here, just panoramic view, ocean and mountains. So more than halfway through the loop now, and I'm on the other side of this French mountain, and so getting views on the other side here. This is the Mexico City of Antilles. Huge population. Coyote Poo. So if you had it turned around where those stairs were and went straight back, it's a shorter hike. It knocks 2 kilometers off your hike. But I'm doing the loop trail. So I have I think 8 kilometers in total to do, and I'm nearly done. But anyhow, I don't know what it is about being in nature, doing physical activity, but I feel very good. Blood is flowing, oxygen's flowing, smelling all the ferns and cedars and pine trees, all that free essential oils are breathing in, and it just calms me right down. And no matter how fucked up things seem to be, after being in a walk like this, it feels like everything's going to be okay. So it seems all the best views are over on the south side on the first half of the hike. And this side here, a lot of it's kind of overgrown and you got to kind of stand up on the bench to get a view. So definitely the first half of the hike has the spectacular views. But I want to thank you for sticking with me on this video. This is the Skyline Trail on the west coast of Cape Breton Island, and one of the most sought after hikes in Cape Breton. So until the next video, see you later. Have a great day.